Hello, 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 welcome back to the continuing adventures of Mahjugg, as it treks through the dungeon. Where Mahjugg left off last time, we were just making our openings as a throw-focused, a throwing-oriented mage who uses poison needles and various keep-away tactics to stay alive. And, frankly, we're meeting with a fair amount of success already. I started off as a poison mage just because poison is one of the most effective ways of sting is one of the most effective ways of dealing with many of the early game threats you face, and guaranteed cure poison in your toolkit can save your life. Though, frankly, that's more useful for the weakling races that generally run as mages rather than a buff as hell ogre who has the HP to tank trickle poison damage pretty effectively. But yeah, it's been working out pretty well so far, if I do say so myself. And yeah, we're just continuing that run. I'm near starving already, motherfucker. Totally starving, so can't cast spells and have to eat a choco. Yeah, I have done very little in the way of reducing spell hunger, and that... Okay, you can actually see the path I took. It is not physically possible for this beetle to have shown up. And yet, there it is. We're going to have to focus entirely on survival and taking this beetle out. Notice that I put swiftness up and made sure to stay as close to it as I can so that it doesn't roll on me. I've also layered so much poison on it that there's no way it's going to ever come after me. Yeah, there we go. It's down. Eat a ration. I'm sick of this borderline hunger thing and eating through all my small food as a result. That's a lot of poison in one place. Do I have a curing potion? Oh, excellent. Then come at me, bros. It's like Indiana Jones says, why did it have to be snakes? Okay, that's all of them? Excellent. Oh, there was not all of them. There was one left. Rat bastard. Or I should say snake bastard. Oh, there's another one left. He just didn't notice me. Yeah, I do have the shoutitis mutation. I randomly will shout, and while in later places in the game that can be a death sentence, this early on it's hardly even noticeable. It is generally considered one of the worst mutations, up there with the like of teleportitis, which is the absolute worst, and shit, just do one of these. Teleportitis, which is one of the worst, and thingamajig, thingamabobber, person, place, monkey, clouds, bad mutations. Shit, it's not coming to me. It's not coming to me, but there's another one that makes it. Berserkeritis is considered a bad mutation, and blurred vision. Blurred vision is classically considered one of the worst. I would agree that blurred vision is one of those things that seems harmless most of the time, and then kills you right when you least need it to. Right when you least expect it. Of the varied bad mutations, the one that I would say is the worst is teleportitis. I've had games where I've played stuck with that for a long time, and my attitude for the whole game basically boils down to, I'm just waiting to die now. Okay, I'm going to continue using swiftness to kite, and then use the range on this pike to pike from range. Okay, he's turning around, so let's focus the bee. Bee is down. Switch to any good throwing weapon and hurl. And the ice beast is down. Hurl. Definitely a room for a mephitic right in the middle of that. And hopefully that'll leave a corpse, but even if it doesn't, I can start working my way up on the straggler. Swiftness activated. And that's a takedown. Just straight up poison this frog until it dies. Same with you, because at the end of the day, he's not going to deal a lot of damage to me physically. Just chuck everything you've got until the guy comes close enough to use a falchion. Like now. Where's the falchion? X? Alright! Vehumet gives me the +1 range, which is nice. That's the other thing that I feel is nice about this whole run so far. The god choice feels a lot more poignant. I feel like I'm benefiting a lot rather than just, I will eventually get more good items sometime, so keep doing what you're doing because you're doing great. Swiftness, troll kiting is not an art nor a science. It's a terrible idea is what it is. Quiver me those slowing needles, actually. If I could... Oh, shit. It's Eustatio, and that's not an escape route. Okay, this is a bad situation. I'm going to make one more attempt to continue running blind, but... Needless to say, I am really looking for a way out of this mess. Nope. Time's up. But I don't have a teleport option? Shit, I thought I had a teleport option. Dig. I need to have a guaranteed path out of here now. Yesterday actually would have been better, but I'll deal with what I've got. I can't stop to pick up this scroll, can I? No, I really can't afford to. That is going to be a low enough MR check that I should be able to paralyze the rat and block the hallway. Good. And that got me out of it. Yeah, Eustachio's... Oh, shit. Are you summoned? No. Okay, we'll beat you up for real then. You are fake. Eat you. Heal up. And we will reassess our battle strategy by doing the exact same thing again. We're going to enter the fray and pull whatever we can. Ideally, either one of those enemies I should be able to take out alone. Okay, not if I'm confused, though. And it is a wand of confusion that I'm dealing with here. As long as Eustatio keeps zapping that wand, I'll be in good shape. Okay, come on, just follow me upstairs. Okay, this is too many of them. I was really hoping that Eustatio would step forward, now I just have to deal with one of his summons. This is a good hallway to fight Eustatio summons in. Shit. Relatively speaking, obviously the best place to fight Eustatio summons is to not have to fight them because they're just summoned. Let's switch back to... I think the holy weapon is not a bad idea to keep handy. Nothing I can really do except do this again. The good news is he's going to be lower each time on the number of charges of that damn weapon of his. Here we go. Let's get a confused cloud off directly over the fight. The blue smoke is protecting me from getting me getting a confuse off, unfortunately. So I'm going to beat my way. Okay, you know what? I'm going to dig my way out again. Get a confused cloud off. Get a confused cloud off. Finally got him with one of them. Switch to poison because I do need to save my... You had another fucking summon? Okay, Holy Wrath. Hopefully that killed him. If not, he just went away for his own reasons. Quiver me poison needles and get to work. And we'll make sure that... Oh my god, why of all the times would you spawn new enemies behind me now? If I look like I'm stopped and thinking, it's because I am. I have 8 mana to make good. I have Eustatio in front of me, who the moment he becomes unconfused is going to be lethal. I have at least 2 enemies behind me, possibly 3 or 4. And I have limited resources to deal with all of these threats. The mage is the biggest concern. I think what I'm going to do is wait a turn or two for them to get closer. Use the... Oh, I have a potion of magic. Thank God. Okay. So here's the new game plan. Wait a turn or two for the threats on my right to get closer. Use that time to kill Eustatio, or poison him further. Then confuse to the right, possibly have to cast it twice. Then use Potion of Magic if I'm out of mana. So, shoot Eustatio once. Shoot Eustatio twice. The threats are close now. Be a great time for a Mephitic. They are both Mephitic. Focus the Eustatio target. And again. And now we confuse him yet again. Quaff that Potion of Magic. We got one more Mephitic for free, right? So, Mephitic on the newfound target again. Approach Eustatio to break line of sight somewhat. Potion of Magic right now to take no chances. Eustacio hits himself with a saber. Good timing. And whip out my weapon of my own and just beat the crap out of him. He dies. I have a almost certainly used up Wand of Confusion. Don't worry about gathering your needles. Now's not the time. You have a precious small window in which most of your enemies on the right are confused or weakened. Take them all out. That is the value of stopping and really, really thinking about your situation. If I had just played that one blind, I would have thrown a Mephitic to the right, it would have miscast, done it again, and Eustacio would have been freed from his confusion, and then I would be fucked. Or not fucked, but I would end up using more resources. And meanwhile, the Potion of Magic would sit in my inventory unused for the entire game, because the portion of time where I could have used it to secure my survival had passed. Now, let us see about this troll. If we can't get it confused, that would be perfect to just poison it a few times and use the remainder of my mana to keep it confused while I do. This is a bad place to be fighting it from. This is better. I get better vision of it from here. And if I stack enough poison, it won't regenerate through the poison. That's the hope, at least. Yeah, he's not going to regenerate through that anymore. Definitely want to butcher it in case of hide. Yep, we got a hide. Remind me, did I ever find I did find an enchant armor scroll. Excellent. Use that scroll on this hide. Because now my spell fails are all low enough, I can actually consider just trying this. Ugh. Piece of crap. Drop that. Read that. Wear that. Spell fails are still all within acceptable parameters. Continue to train everything that you're training. Spell hunger should even be getting a little bit better. Level 2 is almost hungerless. Excellent, excellent. And now I have some AC to be proud of. Continue training fighting. It's the most important defense. I can't afford to switch to armor yet. Although I can probably manage without training blowgunning anymore. I mean, it's got a base attack delay of 100, and I've already got it trained almost to 6, right? I think 8 would be how far it needs to go. Let's turn it off for the moment and just focus on my other skills. And clearly I was able to kill enemies with it. It does exactly what I need it to do, be a ranged weapon replacement tool for tight situations, and a DPS boost in other situations. I'm just going to go ahead and ID the remaining stuff I've got here. Good stuff. It's all good, really. I don't think I'm ever going to use the Amulet of Rage technique, because I'm not training to be a melee specialist nearly hard enough to get the benefits. Swiftness is going to be important against these guys. But really, as long as I'm spreading my poison and keeping them from hitting me, I should be in good shape. Blowgun, poison. And swiftness wore off. Keep the blowgun handy. Down, grab something to eat. There's my replacement Potion of Magic. So at this point in the game, if I hadn't used that Potion of Magic then, I would have had 2. And Lord knows I would never go around to needing both of them, so yeah. Early game, you get a lot of resources that as many classes you can manage without or you don't need. I like playing classes that are somewhat item independent. They don't really need the luck of the items to keep them alive, except for some heal wounds. They don't need anything else. But when not playing the easy races, it's helpful to have this stuff. Lose the Ring of Levitation since I already have a flight spell. Keep that ogre under heavy sedation. You know, the kind of sedation where you die. Doctor, we need to sedate him. Alright. Shoot him in the face. What? Alright. Hungerless casting for all my current spells. Are you kidding me? Okay, so it's literally just a half hunger, in which case forget it, I don't care. Oh yeah, I have claws now. Interesting. That's that mutation in effect. It's a good thing I'm not using a weapon of any kind that actually matters to me. Sorry, not using a weapon that in any way actually matters to me. for my damage purposes. Yeah, my blowgun accuracy is actually way better than my poison sting accuracy, which is nice. I don't know if that's literal or if it's just how it feels, but it definitely feels like I do more poison damage more frequently with these. That's a ruined blowgun? Now I'm curious. Show me what makes this one so ruiny. Alright, I'll figure out soon enough while using it. Yep, that Shoutitis is probably accounts for at least one of the ambushes I've holy crap suffered. Okay. You know what would be an amazing spell right now is Ogre's Toxic Radiance. Just poison everything in sight. Since I don't have that handy, I'm just going to cast a Self-Mephitic, and you'll notice that my spell power and HD are such that it tends to not last very long on myself. Close the door, while leaving inside any number of poisoned, helpless orcs, and instead, you know, really go to town on the one guy who actually managed to get outside. Open the door just long enough to toss in another smoke bomb, and then close the door again. Alright. Close the door again. Okay, these guys are not coming to their senses yet, but there is a small one who could prove to be difficult, so we'll shoot him and let them continue to beat each other up. Okay, and now that shows up a centaur, we'll repel missiles and shoot him a few times. Okay. And hey, we'll just finish off the stragglers now. And that's how you deal with 3x5 of kobolds. Let them kill each other. And say, that's why I should have started off with Mephitic Cloud if you were playing any other mage. Yeah, if I had started off with Swiftness, it'd be like, oh great, you can run away from them. And now they are hunting you down like a dog, firing at you from every side, and did I mention that they're faster than you? You know, they're not literally faster than you, but they're metaphorically faster than you because their darts are faster than you. Alright. Give me that. And get me out of here. Oh, this floor is done. So, for all that we had an early altar, we do not have an early lair. Still, no biggie. We'll just hang out until we find the lair. Can't be that much further, right? Just like 2-3 floors. One more hit, and then Self-Mephitic. Again, you'll notice that the Self-Mephitic tends to not last very long, and if it does, you can always cure out of it. That's why I Self-Mephitic as often as I do. It gets the job done, and look how much longer my enemies stay confused than I do. And that's assuming it goes off. Enemies usually have to be inside my cloud. It feels like an average of 2 to 3 turns before they get affected at all. I don't care about this. It's a protection weapon, which is nice, but I'm really looking to be dealing +6 damage when I'm forced to fight in melee. A melee wizard. That's basically what I'm playing as right now. Well, not wizard, melee mage. And boy, is it working pretty well. Well, not even a melee mage. Warrior mage is what I'm playing as. Okay. Now we have the first real choice that we're going to have to make this game. If I choose to go straight for the 3-rune win, any means necessary, simple is better than complicated, and don't care how easy it is or hard it is, or don't care how hard it is, want it to be easy, this is the best way to go. Freezing Cloud, Poison Cloud, both proc off Conjurations of Air, they just need Ice and Poison respectively. I have the book in my hand, which means I'll definitely get it. And Ice can take care of Orbs of Fire inefficiently, but they can do it from range and relative safety, while Swiftness, Haste, and Wearing Resist Mutation will keep me safe, sort of. The only tricky part would be I'm going to need some way of tanking, you know, making sure I don't get attacked physically, and can always summon some allies for that. Of course, without any way to spam mana, I don't know that I'm going to survive Zot anyway, slice it. Poison Cloud will take care of tons of the Dragonians that inhabit Zot, which is nice, as long as you're willing to play nice and slow. Do I have to make a decision yet? Freezing Cloud is at 80% fail, so I don't really have to make a decision just yet, but I'd be lying if I said I'm not thinking about it, because it'd be a good way to go. Leave the Book of Ice behind for now. We'll come back for its powers later if desired. Certainly we're not going to be using that until at the very earliest the lair. And not like the super early lair either, we're talking like mid lair. Okay, there's no way that I can bulldog the entrance to this as easily as I did for the Kobold Burst, unfortunately. So let's run and hide. And by hide, I mean, you know, draw half the level's attention to myself with my Poison Blasts. Why not? Confusion, stepped into the confused cloud, and it ended the moment I stepped out. Yeah, kind of great. Is this... No, okay, for a second I thought I had stumbled across the best book in the game for me. Namely the, you know, standard wizard book with Blink, Conjure Flame, Mephitic Cloud, etc. And God, I would love a Conjure Flame. That'd be such an effective tool. Alright, switch over to Elven Blowgun. Make sure that these guys are actually confused. And then just start shooting them for free. It looks like DMZ is playing Minecraft. If I played Minecraft, I'd join him. I'm more of a Terraria man myself. Alright, spraying down poisonish devastation on this guy. It worked, picking up all my shit. Quiver me a spear and just chuck at him, please. Definitely a situation where I would want to do this. Because again, I'm not as scared of this guy in melee as I am of those guys behind him, and giving them a few turns to kill themselves is just so worth it. Of course, you know, the sooner I can get resist poison, the happier I'll be. But I don't consider self-mephitic to be a last-ditch quasi-suicidal thing that you do when you have no other choice. I consider it to be a very effective way of building a one-space air gap, and a definite tool in the toolkit of the mage. Keep swiftness up. Eat the rotting jackal flesh that I don't even remember killing a jackal. I have no idea how long it's been there. Definitely gonna spray my Mephitics again. Back up and poison. Come on, what do you guys want from me? New Mephitic? You got it. Oh, I'm getting mana back on kills too, aren't I? That's why I have so much mana and can just maintain this so long. Ooh, another book? I've already found more books this one than I did last time. And now I find the counterpart to that first book, which is also potentially great. What I'm thinking is Sticky Flame from this book might already be memorizable. I'm not sure. It is, with 4% fail. And Sticky Flame will provide an answer to situations where Freezing Cloud does not, without requiring much more training of fire on my part. Hell, so will Conjure Flame. Frankly, I should memorize Conjure Flame right now. I'm so used to having it, and it's such a good utility. Also, I just shouted again, but you'll notice that that doesn't really do much when there's no enemies to take advantage of it. There are situations where you're trying to hide and not being able to hide, period. You know, stealth builds obviously can't Berserk stealth builds, it's fatal to have it's worse than Berserkeritis, quite frankly. But this is certainly no stealth build. This is a blaster caster mage who just happens to be an ogre. Poison the hound before confusing it and let the poison do its work. In fact, why don't you go ahead and quiver some spears just for good measure. Eat this. Finish chucking the spears. Get me to safety. Hide inside. Mephitic and hide again. And by hide, I just really mean maneuver so that it's one-on-one. Drain Mace. Take down. Yes, self-mephitic is fine. Again, the moment I stepped away. I'm only harping on it this much because there's not a whole lot else that needs to be said in this commentary. But I have had people who are like, I can't believe that you ever would do that. Why would you risk your life by self-mephiticking? And I just feel the need to point out that it's actually not nearly as risky as it sounds. I mean, yes, you're confused for a turn or two, but big deal. And even if if you're ever in a situation where, no, I can't afford to be confused, then how about getting 10 health back and canceling the confusion at the cost of a cure potion? You can do that. Your enemies can't. Typically. pack is full, huh? Confuse. God, that didn't work. He's not even inside a cloud of confusion. Okay. We're gonna need to think carefully what we're gonna do here. Do I have that dig wand still? I do. Excellent. Just how about we dig my way out of this mess? Swiftness. That should buy me a little bit of distance. This guy is still following me. Okay. Now that he's got a space, I can actually think what's most likely to work here. Most likely thing to work is going to be slowing needles, actually. Okay. This is better, though. Low MR, paralyze it in place, cure potion, and now I'm sandwiched. This is a bad situation. I can dig my way out through the wall, but I'm probably running low on dig charges. How many have I spent? Actually, only 6. I probably got a couple left. But the more pressing matter is the moment that bee is unparalyzed, he's going to come at me and kill me. I have plenty of mana, so we're going to fire up that side, fire up this side, and we got to make sure that this bee dies, so start firing on one of the bees to kill them ASAP. Excellent. Okay, the bee is down. I got a little bit more mana back. I'm going to continue this plan, but I'm going to buy time so that my health regenerates a little. Fire. Oh, I really wanted to put a fire between the bee and the troll. I think the troll is dumb enough to walk into it. We'll have to find out the hard way. Run confused and see what happens. Troll is confused. Will it wander into fire? Yes, it wanders into fire. Unfortunately, it just keeps wandering through the fire. Okay, there we go. It's down. Apparently an orc decided to join the party. You know, a good part of the reason I'm probably constantly fighting all these guys at once is because I haven't cured out of shoutitis. Also, when I was just dealing with my inventory, I noticed that I have curare needles. I can use that to kill a single really dangerous enemy, or possibly 2, depending on how many it takes and how many hit. Okay, gathering up my stuff again, and time to go and do a purge of my inventory. Don't need that. Don't need my old robe. Let's ID this ring real quick. +6 strength is really nice, actually. And see invisible is at best a swap ring, so yeah, let's just do this. Why not? Drop all of my spears, since at this point I basically don't use them. Yeah. Well, actually, that will leave me with no throwable weapons, so hang on to one of them. Because it pays to not have to switch to throw stuff if you need an emergency thing. I still don't know what this ruined blowgun looks like, so let's hang on to that as well for a while longer so it gets identified. And, oh yeah, drop the whole book stack. I don't know why you bother carrying books with you anyway. Just come back and memorize on them later if necessary. Okay, all in order. Conjuration, spellcasting, fighting, and we're just continuing this run. I need to figure out what that new potion I just picked up is. Do I have an ID scroll? Sure, let's ID it. You know, I forgot that I already know what the mutation and cure mutation look like, so I don't actually need to ID potions anymore. The worst that can happen is I get degenerated or I waste a valuable potion, but I don't consider the latter to be sufficient reason in and of itself. Repel missiles is the first step. Second step is to confuse him. The third step is to make sure that he's confused before I engage. Ah, he opened the door. Close the door, drop his damn rock. Let him come right up to the door. Okay, either he's resistant to poison, it's a possibility given that he's wearing dyed armor, or he's really fucking lucky. My guess is that it's the latter, but I'm losing potions now and that's troublesome, so drop your potions. Take the resistance potion. Those frozen things, pellets of his will hurt less when I'm protected. Wield that. Swiftness. Repel missiles. That's Conjure Flame. Repel missiles. Quaff the resistance. In we go. And of course, he is no longer here. So we're just going to have to make ourselves happy by beating him up instead. Not for nothing, but where the hell did all my potions go? Okay, they're still right there where I left them. Excellent. Resistance is still up. Everything else is gone. Get out of range. Repel missiles. Swiftness. And now the resist is gone again. Okay. Self-Mephitic on top of him. He is definitely invulnerable to it. That is my conclusion. There's no way he has survived that many attempts otherwise. So I need a better strategy for taking down a guy who's invulnerable to my primary mechanism of damage. Why didn't I think of that? I can't just use Conjure Flame because he can just frost through it. I can make him run out of bullets. Wait, the fire roars? And he's standing on it? Quick. Beat him the crap up. Don't know why he walked into it. I thought maybe he thought he would walk through it in one turn. Maybe he was out of bullets. Whatever the reason, he's dead now. Fuck him. Wait. He left behind dyed leather, didn't he? Oh, I can't wear it. I was thinking... I'm positive that that must be poison resistance. And if it is... well, that's just hugely useful to me, too. Okay, you know what? You're poisoned enough that you're gonna die soon. Falchion should take care of the shadow faster. And takes care of you fast enough as well. Pick up my shit, eat something, and I am pretty close to the limit of my time right now, so I'm about to cut this video. Although I might still continue the run, it's actually going really well after all. Self-Mephitic is fine, just set up some flames for when the slime thinks that it's okay to just walk at me. Oh, where's that swap ring of mine? Heavily poisoned, it won't live the night. Butcher that. I'm not going to eat it, though. I don't want to get a new mutation. The intelligence +1 mutation is actually very nice. If I got a new intelligence +1 mutation, I would consider that worth preserving, so I don't see the reason to risk the one I already have on a roulette with bad odds. That's a wand, most likely, so let's kill him and take his wand. It's certainly important enough to stop and pick up before my enemies approach. Make me back off the square and then say, oh hey, you left behind a wand, let's use up all of the charges so he can't use them. This guy's invisible, right? Yeah, this guy just went invisible. Switch to the ruined blowgun and let that do its thing. Alright, just getting lazy. At this point I'm just getting lazy. I have enough health to tank single enemies of most varieties, unless they're dangerous ones for some reason. So staying at melee range and attacking is actually kind of a thing that I'm doing. There's, I think, 2 more floors that the lair can appear on. No, 3 more floors it can appear on, so we're halfway through the possible floors. And this is as good a point to stop as any. So, without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.